It's PunditTV Season 3, After Hours. I'm Simone.
I'm C the Surfer.
I'm Jada Black.
And we are the collective.
Now, just in case you looking for, the regular content that we put out, this ain't that. That ain't this.
It's not.
This is just, a little small mini series, mini podcast, we could call it, right?
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. So the first topic, what we got?
Armed protest.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing.
That is a thing. Still a thing.
Basically, I'm pretty sure this comes off from what happened at the Capitol, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's where we aiming. We're not talking about that specifically, but we're talking about things like that.
Yeah.
Let me get y'all thoughts first, because I know what I'm going to say.
I'm not in support. I can say that.
Of armed protest?
Not really.
Okay.
Especially because people, well, I'm going to hate using it as an example, but with what just happened at the Capitol, that's why people proved they can't be organized about it at least. They went straight to rioting. That's why I can't even call it a protest.
Okay.
They literally ran into a federal building and they made fools of themselves and even cost a woman her life. I'm not going to speak on that, actually, because you know what? People are going to get triggered. So.
I just want to know, what were they going to do with the podium?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know. Like, what could you possibly do with a presidential podium?
Hey, that's one hell of a souvenir.
Yeah. I mean, what were they going to do with anything?
Sell it on
Let's be
eBay,
real.
maybe. But who's going to buy it?
Somebody.
You're automatically fucked.
Have
Like-
y'all seen the videos of them reacting to them finding out they're on a no-fly list? Like people that got caught in pictures and stuff?
Oh, yeah. I
I've
saw
seen
two
people-
girls. I think
right.
a lady and a daughter got arrested. And she was like, you're hurting me. Yeah, how do you think that all the other black people that was, been arrested, shot with rubber bullets and maced, how do you think they feel?
I seen a video where people were literally saying their names and saying where they were from.
Yes.
And I was like, you dummy? What the?
Yeah.
What? Like, logically, what do you really think was going to happen?
They
Like-
thought they were going to be walkway free.
Like, yes, this might be white America. It might be. But come on now.
And like I saw a video on Twitter. Dude was crying in the airport talking about, y'all are calling me a terrorist and you're ruining my life.
It
I'm on a
was-
no-fly list.
It was definitely a terrorist act.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
That was domestic terrorism. That is
Right.
a key example of domestic terrorism.
But
Right.
let me generalize it once again, not be specific. With, armed protests, it's definitely unconstitutional because that's what we're taught here. We're taught for peaceful protests. And when there are, I feel like nothing gets done. So maybe we got to wave a gun in your face. I feel like that's, like, if black people were to do that, we would not get anywhere.
Oh, no.
Because we will be dead.
I mean, to be honest, this didn't get them anywhere. They just are more tame towards them about it. If it was, like you said, if it was black people that stormed the Capitol, or if we did any type of armed protest, they're up in arms. They're going to have police officers, riot control, and everything there to stop us.
Right.
Yeah.
I also feel like everybody in Congress was just BS. Point blank period. Not everybody, because you got a couple people, but you definitely, you guys in Congress, you only want to impeach him because he threatened your life.
Yeah.
He's been threatening our lives for the last 3 years. Like, and now you want to feel some type of way, now you want to do something about it. I just don't appreciate that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, but even if black people would do armed protests, they'd be having the police lined up. They'd have had a National Guards
They
out
did
here.
have them lined up.
But it was supposed to be a peaceful protest.
I only saw a couple bottles of mace, potentially. It was no tear gas thrown. It was no flashbangs thrown. Like, I don't understand how was it so much
And they're
more
getting
at a peaceful
fired.
protest.
They're getting fired for taking pictures with the.
Man,
Right.
I need
They're
to
rioters / terrorists.
I need to see them go to jail. I won't be satisfied unless they go to jail like everybody in the Black Lives Matter movement did.
Everybody went to jail. People was just sitting on the street
Right.
saying no justice, no peace, and they was getting locked up, thrown.
Right.
And they were taking them, like, hopping out of, unmarked vans and just throwing them in there. Like, we don't know where they going.
And you know what? I'm actually gonna say this. That woman that got shot too, stop calling her a hero. She might have been a vet, but quite literally, she was Let's look at this basically. That man not only was doing his job, y'all had them cornered. They had them cornered like animals in a section of a building.
Right.
He was literally the last line of defense between those federal officers, or whatever you want to call them, and those rioters. Those rioters killed a police officer. They held him down and beat him to death. They would have harmed those officials.
Oh no, Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, facts. Blue Lives Matter, right?
Don't forget, Blue Lives Matter.
Like, that's crazy.
But y'all always saying Blue Lives Matter, but yeah, y'all beating Blue Lives Matter
Because that's
up.
a protest to our protest.
Yeah, it's a fake protest.
They really don't believe that shit.
Right, it's a fake protest.
But you know what?
Fake news.
What they did out there, it really made me ashamed to be from this area. Because for people who are not from DC, it is not that many white people.
Right.
I'm gonna just keep it a bean.
But it's a handful of them, but they don't act like that.
They're new. They're from out of town. There's not that many white people.
They don't act like that.
DC is definitely a good interracial city for the most part, if not most black, because most of them are moving out PG County.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not that many white people. So don't think, oh yeah, it's all the white people in DC or all the crackers in DC. No, that's not the case.
No,
at
you
all.
had the white people in DC telling them to go back where they came from.
Facts.
So,
Bro was on his porch talking about something, you effing cracker. If a white person called you a cracker,
Get out of here, bro.
then
now
that's insane.
the people in the BLM, that was the real DC.
Yeah.
To keep it a buck, that was the real DC showing up. Nobody really came from out of town like that with BLM. With them Trump supporters, they was from Florida. Most of them was from Florida.
They was from Tennessee. You had a bunch of people admitting
down 495, them little people down there, they was coming up here.
Where they came from, I have maybe Virginia. I can see probably the Arlington area, but as far as like them being from inside of DC, I honestly don't see that.
They were definitely not, because even if the white people here are racist, they don't say nothing.
Right.
They may look at us, but they don't say nothing.
You definitely don't see no Trump signs within DC.
And if you do, you see like one or two. You don't see like a whole bunch of them.
If you don't believe us, look at the demographic. I guarantee you DC was blue. It is not that many white people in DC.
But you don't even got to look at the demographic. You can legit ride through if you want to.
Right. All that 8th Street, black. It got white buildings.
White people walking down the street.
Right, you got white people walking down the street. Black people live there. Minnesota Avenue, Benning Road, like it's black people all up and down this city. So, like for those people who were there, I don't know where they came from. Well, I do know where they came from, but they're not from here.
Facts.
And if they were from here, and I mean generalized DMV area, they were from Virginia. They were in that line that day. And if everybody know this day. The day that it was raining outside and the Trump supporters were riding up and down 495. Everybody knows that day.
Well,
and all of them were white people.
I just feel like the hypocrisy is really bad here.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Then you got people resigning, like resigning.
We criticize other countries for doing this, but we're yet doing it ourselves. Like, can't fathom. But other than that, it's not the worst country to live in. Don't get me wrong. It definitely has its perks. It's definitely, a good country for the most part. It's just some systematic things could get you caught up in the wrong places.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I just even the people who were the rioting, I just say recipes to everybody that got hurt, because nobody really deserved. They shouldn't even went that far.
It shouldn't have. They shouldn't have got that far. And honestly, it sucks.
I don't know. It should have went worse. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm saying it's just for them even storming in the Capitol. But it shouldn't have went that far.
He literally said, "We're gonna walk down to the Capitol and we're gonna demand such and such." Like, he literally asked for it, and these idiots walked down there expecting him to be there.
Yeah.
But I just want to know what was the goal at the end of the day? Like, what did you really think y'all were gonna achieve by doing this?
Like,
put some fear in their hearts, I guess. I don't know.
I guess they thought. I mean, the votes
Why
were
wasn't
in.
no one shot? Why was there not 30 plus people with gun wounds?
Actually, the Capitol Police had a stand down order.
Stand down, but not shooting. Nobody was popping nothing.
So, and then when they started to be violent, then they had orders to defend themselves. But yeah, you listen what you did. You held down a whole person and beat them with a fire extinguisher.
That's the thing. If you really go through that whole article, they held him down. They beat him with a fire extinguisher until he was unconscious, and then they beat him to death with an American flag in their bodies. What is that?
That's barbaric, bro. That's barbaric.
And Nick Cannon is basically barred from all platforms because he said white people are barbaric. Look, y'all just literally proved his point. Literally, you literally just did.
I'm not saying all white people are barbaric. I'm saying that.
No, yeah,
barbaric activity. That's barbaric.
Because I don't know if y'all saw the video, but that white man Hemi did. He was like, "Go back where y'all effing came from." He's like, "You effing crackers!" Like your own people. Come on now, if your own people calling you a cracker, then you just know, like, when you get called something of yourself, that's how you just know that you just trash.
But really, honestly, I want to know, what is black people who vote for Trump, what is their excuse now?
They can't have one.
Like, what is their good reason?
Their money, they're selfish. Because it was about their money. It was about nobody but their money. Because, first of all, y'all do realize Congress has to pass the bill, right, before anything can happen. Do y'all not realize that? Do y'all not understand? Did y'all not go to school?
I don't see what the goal was, but
they slow. Because Congress has to pass the bill before it could be anything.
Now, I have met some Trump supporters that actually have, sensible logic. For example, I know there's a lot of people with sensible logic. Well, listen, farmers, I can understand why they vote for Trump.
Oh yeah,
because he caters to their business. So that's your voters' interest. And they really don't know what's going on in the city, so I understand that. But as far as what's going on in the inner city and the inner city black people, I can't fathom. I can't understand.
If you're a business owner, that's the only other time he applies to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only other I can see it.
But that's like the 1 to 5% of America. So I just don't get it.
Well, that's a wrap on what we think about armed protests. Tell us what you think in the comments below. Also, no hate comments or you get blocked and the FBI don't come looking for you.
I mean, you can. You can dislike. I honestly don't care. This video going to come out. We're going to keep on with this series in season 4.
The FBI going to come get you.
So
remember that.
Season 4 is coming up. There's a lot more of, Pundit podcasting. Hey, you just going to have to deal with it. We talk about real shit. We talk about deep shit. It's more than just music out here for us to talk about.
Facts.
And, I'm C the Surfer at the end of the day. I'm a be me.
I'm Simone.
And I'm Jada Black.
And we out here.